kind of update us on what the status of the guys who are coming here, when they'll be here, that kind of thing?
No.
Coach, just for tomorrow, how impressed are you with the guys over the course of camp and everything this preseason?
I'm impressed. We definitely have some work to do. Still trying to figure out which groups play well together and all that. And tomorrow gives us an opportunity to do it against another team, which is huge. It's hard when you're evaluating both teams at the same time. But when we'll be playing against the team, then you can really dive into what works well for the group offensively or defensively. So that's going to be the main thing. Concentrating more on us than them tomorrow, but using it as an opportunity to really lock in on the things that we need to improve on.
How much of tomorrow is just about putting the rookies in the right spot on the field?
It's about everybody being in the right spot, really. The rookies for sure. But, as the training camp goes along, guys get a better feel for what their role is. And obviously we have a new starting lineup than we had last season, and we have a bunch of new guys. So, it's going to be important for the rookies to be in the right spot, but it's going to be important for everybody to be in the right spot, as we've only had, this is practice 5.
With just 4 preseason games these days, do you want to have a rotation and at least combinations as you envision them being in Atlanta, just to start getting time together?
Yeah. We're going to explore some of the lineups that I had a long conversation with the group yesterday, the staff, about lineups and how they fit well together and what their strengths and weaknesses would be and what are things that we have to look at as we go through these 4 preseason games. So yeah, it's going to be a very big part of it, because like you're alluding to, 4 games isn't a lot of time to get it solidified.
Do you have a sense yet for Eric or JT as the 5th starter, and if so, how firm is that decision?
I have a sense, but I'll keep it to myself.
See, how tough is the business of basketball? You have 4 players leave, 4 players come. How tough is all that on the fly, in transition, as you're trying to put things together?
Yeah,
They did announce it.
Did they announce it?
Announced it.
No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have asked. No, hang on, Stephen.
You're in the clear.
Stephen, I wouldn't have asked that question.
No, they announced it.
I wasn't 100%.
They announced the other deal too, by the way. So that was
Only the one they mentioned. That's what was when you looked at it.
I wouldn't have asked that question if it hadn't been announced.
Okay, good.
So maybe that's why you did. Okay, so let me the initial question. Now that it's been officially announced, do you know when the new guys will be here and the business of basketball as well?
For sure. So
okay.
Yeah, Maladon should be here today. Favors, I think he gets here tomorrow, and then I'm not sure about the other 2 guys. As far as the business of basketball, it's hard. It's hard losing guys that you really like, Nawaba and Trey and Sterling, guys who I have had relationships with for a long time. I coached both Sterling and Trey before this season, and then to be with Nawaba for all my tenure here, it's hard losing guys like that, but it's part of the business, and then incorporating the new guys and getting up to speed is the next step.
How would you best remember David Nawaba? Because the first year when there was a lot going on, it seemed like that was like the main veteran you kind of leaned on the most.
Yeah, it's funny that he is, what's his year, like 7 or 8 for him, and you don't look at him that way. And one of the things that I've said, I think consistently, and I said this to him the other day, is I could have done a better job coaching him. I went too long of stretches without playing him last season. There'd be like 10, 12, 14 games in a row where he didn't play, and the energy that he brings to the game and the things he can do on the floor, throwing him in a game was something that I should have done. So, when I look back on my time with Dave, I think about all the great things he does defensively and what he can do as far as being out in transition, but I also kick myself a little bit because I think I could have coached him better.
I'll be moving into this. How you moving forward to this year, thinking okay, I'm going to be more mindful of that kind of situation?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, you're always learning and you're always thinking about situations, how you can do it better. And that's one that, I could have done better.
I'll be moving into the starting lineup. Pirtle did some damage against you guys last year.
Yeah.
Is this a good way to start testing? Not to mention, Adebayo, Miles Turner, but is this a good one tomorrow for seeing where he is in that role?
It is. It's very good. It's an opportunity for him to play against somebody else for sure. But yeah, it's going to be a nightly battle. And Pirtle's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, and plays so well in the paint for them, and has know-how and has been in their system for a long time. So it'll be a good challenge for Alpi, and I'm not going to say we'll get a feel for where he's at because it's only one game that we've had a handful of practices prior to, but it's just one step.
Do you have any minutes? You have minutes limit for tomorrow, like starters?
I wouldn't say a limit, but if there's like a range where I'm trying to keep guys at, I'm not gonna burn them out for sure.
Do you have any initial impressions on Maldon, Favors, Harkless, the guys coming in?
No, not really. I mean, I don't really know much about them.
Okay.
Everybody good to go though tomorrow?
Tate is most likely out. He has a left ankle that he's just managing right now. It's just, first preseason game. If it were a regular season game, he probably would play, but tomorrow, since it's preseason, we're going to be a little bit precautious.
No, he's an old veteran now. So.
Yeah.
He's in the Steph Curry role here.